In this video, we are going to review exponents. Now, exponents represent repeated multiplication or division, and understanding them really helps us simplify complex calculations, which makes algebraic problems easier to handle and comprehend. Let's rewrite these two expressions using exponents. Here we're multiplying 7 by itself 5 times. That would just be 7 to the 5th power. And here we're multiplying b by itself 4 times, so that's b to the 4th power. Let's work out these exponential expressions. We have 3 to the 4th power, so if we write that out the long way, that'd be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now, multiplication we can do in any order. So we can do 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 to the 4th power equals 9 times 9, which is 81. All right, here we have negative 2 to the 3rd power. So that'd be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Let's see, we have to be careful with these signs here. So we have negative times negative is positive, so that'd be positive 4. But then we multiply that by negative 2, which would make it negative 8. So negative 2 to the 3rd power equals negative 8. Anything to the 1st power is just whatever you started with there. So 5 to the 1st power equals 5. Now, notice here where we have a negative number again, raised to a power. Notice what happens here. We have negative 3 times negative 3. Well, negative times a negative is a positive. So negative 3 to the 2nd power equals 9. Of note, everything or anything to the 0 power equals 1. So negative 7 to the 0 power equals 1. A to the 0 power equals 1. Now here we have an expression that is very easy to get mixed up. It's negative 3 to the 2nd power. Now, mathematicians decided that this exponent only refers to the 3, not to the negative sign in this case. So really what they mean when they write this is the opposite of 3 squared. Now this kind of flies in the face of common sense, but whenever you see a negative sign in front of a number raised to a power, you do the exponent first and then apply the negative sign. Now that's important because the opposite of 3 squared equals negative 9. And just remember from up here, negative 3 to the 2nd power equals positive 9. Because here we're squaring a negative number. But here in this case, we're squaring a 3 and then making it negative. Now, negative exponents actually have nothing to do with negative numbers. They have to do with fractions. And it tells us when a number or a term is in the wrong location in the fraction. So 5 to the negative 2nd power really means, well, make a fraction and move the 5 squared to the denominator. Well, since the numerator was empty, I filled in with a 1. So 5 to the negative 2nd power equals 1 over 5 squared. And notice when I move this 5 squared to the denominator, the negative sign in the exponent disappears. Likewise here, x to the negative 3rd power equals 1 over x to the 3rd power. So negative exponent has to do with fractions and being in the wrong location. Right here we have a negative exponent in the denominator. Well, that means move it up to the numerator. So the 2 stays in the numerator, and the x to the 5th moves up, leaving us with just a 1 in the denominator, and so we can leave off the denominator now. So 2 over x to the negative 5th power equals 2x to the 5th power. Okay, here these 3's are in the wrong location, and these 2's are in the wrong location. So let's move the 3's down, move the 2's up, and then since these exponents are fairly easy to work out, let's go ahead and just work out the 2 to the third power equals 8, because 2 times 2 times 2, and 3 squared equals 9. So here we have 17x to the negative fifth power. That negative exponent only applies to the x. This really means 17 times x to the negative fifth power. Well, see, the negative exponent means the x's are in the wrong location, so we make a fraction. The 17 stays in the numerator, and the x to the fifth power moves down to the denominator. So 17x to the negative fifth power equals 17 over x to the fifth power. Oh, careful here, we have a negative sign in front of an x raised to an exponent. Remember, we do the exponent first and then apply the negative sign. So another way to think of this is negative 1 times x to the negative fourth power. That's really what that negative sign is there. It's a negative 1. Well, let's see. The negative exponent means move these x's to the denominator. So now we have negative 1 over x to the fourth power. Yeah, it looks a little nicer if we move that negative sign out in front. So negative 1 over x to the fourth power. I hope this quick review of exponents has been helpful. This is Mr. Ela, signing off.